Hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. Let's go ahead and come on up to our feet to start. We are going to use these shorter bands in the warm-up. If you have them available, go ahead and grab them. Spinal cord breathing. Bring the arms together in front of the body. Tuck yourself down and in. Tuck the hips under. And now on the inhale, we're going to open. Breathe in. Lift the chest. Peer up towards the ceiling. Open. Bring the shoulder blades back and down. Exhale. Reverse. Tuck it down and in. Spend about a minute here opening everything up. It's called spinal cord breathing because guess what? We're bringing some heat, bringing some movement into that spinal cord. Really fill the lungs with air, lifting the chest. Exhale, tuck it down and in. Tuck the head to the chest, round the hips under. Let's go a couple more cycles. Breathe and lift. Pausing at the top of that breath and exhale, tuck it down, tuck it under. Bring the chin to the chest, tucking the hips under. Last time. Up and in. Try to get as much air out of the lungs as you're comfortable with. Blowing that air out, tuck everything down and in. And after that last exhale, go ahead and release. All right, arms out to the side. Take a wider base stance with the legs. We're going to our windmills next. Rooting down into those legs, bowing forward, reaching towards that opposite knee to start. And then just inch your way down, going a little bit farther each time as you're comfortable. We want to have that nice long spine, flat back. So send the hips back, squeeze the glutes as you stand. Good, let's get about 2 more on each side. It's fairly easy for you to touch the ankle. You can kind of reach beyond the ankle towards the opposite side of the foot and rest. Very good. Ankle rolls next. Working on some balance, coming up onto one foot. And let's roll that ankle around. We'll take it about 5 times one direction. Good. And then reverse about 5 times the other. Fantastic. Same thing other side. Place it down. Switch. There you go. Get some pops and clicks going. And shake it out. Fantastic. Quad stretch next. Back to the first leg. Grab the foot. Pull the heel towards the glute. Good job. We're going to hold between 20 and 30 seconds on this side. Keeping the hips as level as you can. Halfway through. Good, and 2, 1, go ahead and release. Set that one down. Same thing opposite side. Lifting up, grab that foot. Fantastic. Driving it back. 20 to 30 on this side. Just gradually inviting that quad to lengthen. Halfway through, we're going to go another 15. Good, almost there in 3, 2, 1, and release. Set that down. Very nice. We're going to open up our inner thighs next. So walk the feet out just outside the hips. Reach those arms out for your counterbalance. And we're taking it into that side lunge, Cossack stretch. Open up those inner thighs. Put the weight into one leg. Drive the knee wide. And then same thing other side. Let's get about 3 times side to side here. Tall chest. Really important to keep that heel planted. Keeping the knee tracking over the toes. Maybe once more each way. And come on up. All right. And then we're going to give a little bit of love to those hamstrings. So we're going to go our single leg good morning. Place your left foot down, nice and solid. Extend your right leg, heel down, toe up, hands behind the head, standing tall. You're going to bow forward, long spine. Very good. Standing nice and smooth, up and down. Just bow forward far enough to feel a little bit of tension in the back of that outstretched leg. You can hold for just a moment and then up from there. Very good. 1 to 2 more. Last one. And stand. We're going to circle the hips in between sides. Hands on the hips. Let's get about 3 to 5 hip circles each direction. There you go. And reverse directions when you're ready. We're getting ready for 3 rounds of some banded walks, or you can call them like monster walks if you don't have the bands. We're going to be going for 90 seconds and then coming down for some side plank clamshells. So same thing, opposite side. This time, place your right foot down nice and solid. Extend your left. Hands go behind the head again. And then we'll bow forward 5 times on this side. And we're going to build a little bit of squatting into the warm-up. So depending upon your space, we're going to start with the first 45 seconds walking forwards and back. Every time you go to switch directions, so when you go backwards from forwards, you're going to hang out there for 2 squats. And then after 45 seconds, we'll start to take it lateral. Same idea. Whenever you're going to go to switch sides, we'll do 2 squats before you switch. All right, so make sure if you're going to use a mat for your side plank clamshells, you're going to have that nearby. And I'm going a little bit lighter resistance on the band. Adjust this camera angle. We're going to go here in about 15 seconds. If you're not quite ready, just join us when you are. There we go. Now we can see y'all. All right. So I'm going to bring this band up. I'm going to bring it right below the kneecaps. Some outward tension on that band. And 2, 1, here we go. Heel to toe. Again, if you don't have a band, just be nice and deliberate. Walking low. Here's my end of my position. I'm going to do 2 squats. Heels down, chest up, and then I'll take it backwards, pushing the knees out the whole time. And on the way backwards, now I'm going to go from the ball of my foot, roll back onto that heel. 2 squats before I come back forwards. Very good. Breathe in as you step. And taking it back. All right, from here, I'm going to take it into a lateral walk. So I'll go get my 2 squats in first. And now I'm going to take it into a side step or a lateral step. So same idea, just stepping it straight out. Come to into my space, 2 squats, 30 seconds left, and walking it back. Very good. Drive the knees wide, 2 squats here. About 20 seconds to go. And then we'll take it down to the floor. Smooth, good. Very nice. Go ahead and finish that one you're on. And then make your way down to the floor. Coming onto the side for our side plank clamshells. All right. So we're going to be going 30 seconds on each side. I'm going to pull the elbow in so it's just underneath the shoulders. My band's below the knees. I'm going to bring it up so it's just above the knees. We're keeping the heels together. Hips are going to come up and forward. I'm holding this side plank on the knees as I bring my top leg down and fan it out. So close the knee, open the knee, just like a clamshell. Close and open. Good. Halfway through, 15 seconds left. Making a point of lifting up out of that support shoulder. If your band's a little bit too much resistance, maybe lighten it up for the next round. Go ahead and rest, spin it around. Same thing, other side. Elbow just underneath the shoulder. 2, 1. When you're ready, come on up. So we're holding that plank off the knee. Heels of my feet, or the soles of my feet, are staying in contact with each other. And I'm just lifting that top leg up, controlling it down. Waking up all those little hip stabilizers today. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Come on down, making your way back up to your feet for set 2. 3 rounds total. All right, so bring the band back down just below the knees. If you prefer it just above the knees, both work. 2, 1, when you're ready, forward and back, 45 seconds. 2 squats before you switch directions. Keep that full foot firmly planted, driving the knees wide. Fantastic. Anywhere between 3 to 5 steps on each leg. My space, I make it about 3 steps each leg, and then I squat. Fantastic, really pushing the knees out against the band. And again, if no band is available, just do the best you can. All right, we're gonna switch directions, taking it into that lateral step when you're ready. Woo! There you go, good. Getting creative with those longer bands, I like it. One minute in, 30 seconds left. Whew. Really getting that blood flow into the legs. Fantastic. Almost there. Finish out this set. And then bring it back, and 2, 1, and transition. Good, taking it back down. Got the leg band still around the leg. Let's pull that elbow in. Bend the knees. 2, 1. Come on up on the knees. Soles of the feet stay together. Up and down. There you go. Just lifting that top leg up. Good, 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. Transition, swinging it around. Pull that elbow in. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Again, coming up on the knee. Soles of the feet together. Nice. There you go, halfway through. A little more than. Woo. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. All right, making your way up, final time through. We'll go in 10. If you get there before me, if you're ready to start, feel free. Otherwise, we're back to that forward and backwards monster walk, going in 2, 1, and begin. Speed nice and deliberate, rolling from the heel to the ball of the foot. 2 squats before you change directions. And then on the backward step, from the ball of the foot, rolling back onto the heel. There you go, good. Take your time. Make sure you get nice and deep in those squats. Not bouncing the bottom, just pulling down, pushing through the feet to stand tall. Fantastic. That's the first 30 seconds. Switching to lateral steps next. Very good. When you finish your backwards walk on this one, now we'll take it into those side steps. Lateral walk, final time through. 45 seconds, these banded walks. There you go. Woo. Fantastic. Down and up. Awesome. Good, go ahead and finish out that set. Very good, less than 10 seconds. So finish up, come back to your start of that lateral walk, and we'll take it down to the floor. There's our 90 seconds. All right, we're gonna change it up just a little bit on this last round. So instead of coming into those side planks, we're gonna get a little bit more glute extension. We're gonna come onto all fours. You can still have that band around the lower part of the thighs if you want. We're gonna do a set of donkey kicks. Get a little bit more, a little bit different glute activation. So take a nice wide handprint, hands at the shoulders, midline nice and strong. Let's start with your left leg. Keeping the knee bent, just driving the leg straight up. Working not to arch that back. We're gonna go about 30 seconds on this side, and then we'll switch. So feeling the hamstring fire, squeeze the glute. Fantastic, good. 10 seconds left. Still keeping your awareness around that midline. There's that tendency to arch the back as you extend the hip. Last one. Very good. Same thing, opposite leg. Just kind of switch it around. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Driving straight up. Very nice. Think like bottom of the foot kind of point straight up towards the ceiling and the top. Holding that knee bent at 90 the whole time through. Very good. 10 seconds left. Let's get one more. Drive it up and bringing it down. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring the band off the legs. And we're going to spend a little bit of time down here on the floor, stretching out before we move to the back set. All right, good work. Kick that band off. Let's lie on your back. We're going to move into the glute stretch. Stretch out those little muscles. So extend your left leg. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder, and then gently sweep it across the body. Bring it across the left side. Stretching out all the muscles here on the outside of the hip. You can either hold it stationary or feel free if you want to just gently glide the thigh up and down. Very good. Before we switch that other leg, let's bend both knees. And we're going to do 5 glute bridges in between sides. Help open up the front of the hips. Pull the chin in, push the hips up. Let's hold for 2 to 3, and then gradually bring it down. Like I said, 5 reps total. Rolling those hips back and in, gently raising those hips nice and high. And the more you lift the hips, the more you want to pull the chin in and focus on lengthening through that low back. Good, 1 to 2 more. Very good, last one, and then we'll go to that glute stretch on the left leg. Good, when you're ready, extend your right leg straight out. Begin by pulling the left knee to the left shoulder, and then gently sweep it across the body, pulling it towards the right shoulder. And breathe here. Again, either holding it static or gliding it up and down. Very good. Release that side. We're going to go back to the glute bridges. You can either do the reps up and down or join me for a bridge pose. We're going to work our shoulder blades back and down, interlace the hands underneath the body, and we're going to hold here for 20 to 30 seconds. Working on firing the glutes. And as you wake up the back side of the body a little bit more, you can open those hips. So it's a good opener for the front side of the hips. Good activation for the back side. We're going to go another 10 seconds here. Lifting the chest. And 2, 1. Go ahead and release the hands. Gradually bring it on down. And from here, you're going to hug both legs into the chest. Double knee to chest. Feel free to rock yourself side to side a bit. Loosen up the low back. Good. From that double knee to chest, you can bring the arms out to the side, a little 2-knee twist. And then we're going to roll over to all fours. We're going to get that heart rate up a little bit higher for this next piece. We're going to be doing 4 rounds, the 10-minute circuit. We'll start with some squatting. 30 seconds of a squat. You're welcome to hold some weight for that. We're gonna set those weights down if you're using them, going right into some plank shoulder taps. Coming up to our feet for some lateral work, some cross crawl patterns, and then some runny high knees for the final 30 seconds. Go ahead and come on over to all fours. We're gonna stretch out those forearms and a little bit of down dog before we jump on up. So palms down, fingers towards you. After the running high knees, we'll have a 30-second break in between rounds before we go back to those squats. So give you a second to catch your breath, change up any weights you'd like for this squats are the only part that we hold weights for this next circuit. Turn the hands in, interlace the fingers, and rock yourself side to side or make like little circular patterns with your torso. Just getting all those muscles of the forearm to lengthen, getting all those little bones of the wrist to get into position so you can support yourself on your hands and not have any irritations. If you're comfortable to kneel on your knees for a moment, go ahead and come up into a kneeling position, shake out those wrists, roll them around. Very good. And then one more before we jump up, down dog. So turn the toes under, send your hips nice and high. Get a good opening for that mid back. And then take your time to give some good attention to the back of the legs. Get a nice calf stretch. Dropping the heels down on one side, walking it out, taking it to the opposite side. Up and down. Very good. Once you've given those calves some good love, walk your feet towards the hands. Walk the hands towards your feet. Go ahead and come on up. All right, once you come on up to your feet, let's grab a drink of water. And then we'll get ready for our first set. Again, it's going to be squatting. From the squats, you come straight down to the floor for the plank shoulder taps. Holding nice and strong, bringing your hand to the opposite shoulder. If you don't quite feel ready to lift that hand all the way up, you can just send the weight from one side of the hand to the other and just do a little lift from side to side. From there, we're going to come on up to our feet and we're going to vary this up. First round, we're going to do our behind the back cross crawl. Later rounds, we're going to be working a little bit of single leg lunging and some balance work. So we'll change up that third exercise a little bit throughout. All right, we're going to start here in 20 seconds with the squats. I'm going to start with holding one weight right underneath my chin. So again, no assigned rest except for after those running high knees. So just transition the best you can. Set those feet slight toe out. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. First of 4 rounds. Breathing through it. Good, making sure you get that full range and pushing your feet down, sending that weight into the floor. That's where you generate that force to help build that strength. You're pushing into the floor. Good, couple more. And 2, 1, transition. Set it down, come into your hands. Midline nice and tight. From one shoulder to the other. Grip those fingertips down. Shouldn't say fingertips, finger pads, like the pads of your fingertips. Good. Having as little shift as possible between the hips and shoulders. Maybe one more each side. And 2, 1, come on up to your feet. All right, we're doing that cross crawl. Behind the body, reaching for your opposite foot. Nice. Fantastic. 10 more seconds. Then we take it either into a march or running high knees. 2, 1, and transition. So march or jog in place, knees nice and high, light on the feet. Good. Fantastic. Halfway through. 30-second rest coming up before we go back to our squats. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, grab a drink. Make any changes you need for the squatting. All right, 15 seconds. All right, let's get into position. Set the feet. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Set 2 of 4. Very nice. And those eyes up, looking straight ahead. Very good. That's 10 seconds left. Coming down for those plank shoulder taps next. 3, 2, 1. Transition. Breathe. Bracing through that midline without holding the breath. Wide hand print as you set that hand down. Good, 10 seconds left. And one more on each hand. And come on up, back to your feet. All right, now we're gonna go stepping back behind. If you wanna add some balance, you can, or you just step it down. So you can balance on one leg, kind of bow forward, or cross it over and set that foot down. Good. Make sure you really grip the toes, nice and stable. Fantastic. Yeah, let's go butt kickers this time. Focus on pulling the heels up underneath the body. So instead of high knees, lifting the heels. There you go, good. Get a little more activation through the hamstrings. That's it, good. 10 seconds. Staying strong, staying tall, eyes up, chest up, all the way through. And rest. All right, that's our halfway point. 30 seconds rest. All right, going in 15. Back to the squats. The third exercise this round is going to be the single side lunge, like when we do in our warm-up, Cossack stretch. Grab your weights, going in 5. And begin. There you go, good. Focus on that control down. Try to stand fast up, but with control. So I'm just kind of thinking about accelerating out of the floor. Generate that force by pushing down. Ensuring you're not bouncing in the bottom. Maybe one more. And transition. Plank shoulder taps. Staying tight, staying square. Breathe. Very nice. Focus your gaze right between the hands, halfway through. Let's get one more each arm. And come on up. All right, set the feet nice and wide. Reach those arms out. Lunging to one side, heel down, knee drives wide, and then take them to the other side. Focus on control of the movement here, not so much speed. There you go. Plant that heel, make sure the knee stays in good position. Let's get one more each side. Sinking in and back. Good. Walk the feet in. And then this round, skip. Woo. Very good. If you want to add a little bit more cross body work to it, punch the arms across the body as you skip. Good. Keeping that breathing rate elevated. 10 seconds. Woo. 2, 1, and rest. All right, 30 seconds. we'll be into our fourth and final round of this circuit. And we'll have one more to go. All righty, 15 seconds. We're gonna stick with that side lunge, same as last round for the third exercise. Set your feet, ready, squat. Looking to maintain having a similar tempo of your first 3 rounds. We still have some lunging to do in the final piece, so save a little bit in the legs. Good, drive that chest tone now, coming out of that squat, staying upright. Beautiful, maybe one more. Plank shoulder taps. Coming down, wide handprint. Chin in, looking straight down between the fingers. Looking right down at the hands. Checking in that you're making some nice wide starfish fingers. Good, let's get about 2 more each arm. And come on up. Cossack lunge, side lunge, however you want to see it. Wide base stance, firmly planted, gripping those toes, you come into that side lunge. Very good. Keep the knee tracking out. Building some confidence in that lateral lunge. Even yourself out on both sides, walk it in. We're gonna spend a full minute on this last piece of breathing work here. Of this round anyway. So start with a little high knees. We're gonna change it up every 15 seconds. So got a little skip here. Let's change it up to butt kicks or pulling those heels up. There you go. Good, step jacks or jump jacks. Woo. Fantastic, and then a little march and punch or skip and punch to finish. Beautiful. Couple more. 2, 1, and there's our rest. All right, very good. Walk it out. We've got one more set left. 3 exercises, 4 rounds, 3 to 4. You know, base it on how your legs are feeling. Starting with a reverse lunge, alternating legs. You'll step back. If you don't feel ready to bring that knee all the way down, you can do what we call like a reverse giant step. Just come back as far as you're confident. Front shin vertical, making sure that heel stays planted. With weights or without weights. From there, you can take a seat or come into a bent over position. It would be a seated row with the band. This guy here, straight back and in. Or preferably, if your lower back feels good for that position, holding 1 or 2 weights, bowing forward for a bent over row. Chin in, pulling up and in, and then we'll set it down, and we're gonna finish with our karaoke work. We'll probably start with a side shuffle. Set 1 will be a side shuffle. After that, if you feel confident, do the crossover. We'll go to those crossovers. All right. We're gonna start here in about 20 seconds with the lunges. I'm gonna begin unweighted on the first round. We do have 4 rounds of this, so only add weights if you're proficient with the lunges, have been doing them for a while, haven't been getting really sore after classes. 10 seconds till we start. And I'm gonna show the bent over row. Feel free if you wanna do the seated row instead. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, reverse lunge first. Good control on these lunges. Eyes up, nice steady breathing. So I'm not using weights, and kind of use those arms to assist the movement, or I'll reach the hands out to lower, kind of cycle them through, up and forward. I'll give you every 30 seconds. If you want a little bit longer rest between exercises, that's our 30-second mark. Very good. Keeping the eyes up, looking straight ahead the whole time. Maybe one more each leg. And go ahead and rest. Good job. Bent over row is next. Seated row if you prefer, toes pointing straight ahead, midline pulled strong, slight bend in those knees, bowing forward, and here we go. Pull that chin in. So working the mid back, pulling those elbows up and in, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And especially if you're in this bent over position, you're also working the strength of your posterior. So the back side, the low back, holding this angle. So if you start to get fatigue in that low back, just stand up for a moment. And you can always come back into it. That's our 30-second mark. Listen to your body. 10 seconds to go. And then we'll go straight into those side shuffles. So make sure you don't have anything to trip on in your space. And rest. Set the weights down. And then when you're ready, step it out. Nice and light. Good. Fantastic. There you go. First 15 seconds. Very good. That's 30 seconds. If you want a little bit longer break before we go back to those lunges, take it now. Otherwise, another 10 seconds. We're just having 15 seconds between sets. 2, 1, and rest. All right, 15 seconds. We'll be back to our lunges. Feel free to keep them unweighted. I'm going to add just a little bit of weight this round. Eyes up, looking straight ahead. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Controlling that knee down. Make sure you're stepping far enough back that the shin of the front foot stays vertical. If we take too narrow of a step, we tend to shoot that knee forward. So you want to think about, you're lowering the back knee straight down. And then we imagine that we're on the beach and we're trying to dig our front foot as deep as we can into the sand, gripping the toes, propelling yourself up and forward through the heel. Good, that's 30 seconds. Fantastic. 2, 1, transition. Seated or bent over row. If you're holding one weight here for the bent over, I just hold it on each side. Toes pointing straight ahead. Pull that midline in, bowing forward. Here we go. Head neutral as well, so chin in, looking straight down. Very good. Strong in the midline. Seconds done. Good, that's 30. If you need to take a break, stand up and then come back into it. We have 10 seconds left. The shoulders down out of the ears. 1 to 2 more. And rest. Very good. Setting the weights, making sure your space is nice and clear. Either sticking with the side shuffle, or if you feel good, to grapevine. That means we're going to cross in front, cross behind, cross in front, cross behind. Very good. Staying nice and light up on the feet. Practicing that agility. That's 30 seconds. Another 15. 2, 1, and rest. All right, 15 seconds, and we'll be into set 3. Same thing, back to the lunges. Second to last round. 2, 1, when you're ready. Controlling back. Propelling yourself up and forward. If you feel like your chest is dropping down and you're holding weights, maybe set the weights down. Train yourself into good movements. And strong, crew. Good, we're over. Oh, not quite to 30, my bad. That's our 30-second mark, 15 to go. There he is. All right, 3, 2, 1, transition. Second to last set of bent over rows. Anytime you need to take it to a seated position, feel free. Midline strong, bowing forward. Here we go. Reaching forward, squeeze it in. Good, holding that head nice and neutral, looks great. Very good. You need to take a break off the back, stand up for a second, and then bringing it back down. We're almost to 30. That's 30 seconds. Woo. 2, 1, and transition. Side steps, grapevine. Your choice. Staying tall, staying light on the feet. There you go. Keeping the eyes up. It's gonna be our last time on these side steps. We'll finish with a little bit different on the final round. That's 30 seconds. Did a lot of lateral work today, so building into it. Maybe one more time, down and back. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, let's take just a little bit longer rest. We'll give you 30 seconds before this fourth and final round. Nice deep breath. We'll make sure we finish really quality with those good lunges. All right, going in 10 seconds. Eyes up, ready, begin. We're 45 seconds, 45 minutes into the hour now, so stay focused. Body starts to get tired. So you want to keep the head in it, keep the mind in it, focusing on controlling that knee down, driving that front foot. Very good. That's 30 seconds. Moving well. Even it out. 3, 2, 1. Rotate. Bent over or seated row. Standing nice and tall. Toes pointing straight ahead for this one. Slight bend in those knees. Bowing forward and begin. So how high can you pull those elbows while you keep the shoulders down out of the ears? So just try to pull your shoulder blades together. That's our first 15 seconds. Continue to activate the front of the neck, pulling that chin in nice and strong. Anytime you need a break, stand it up. We have 15 seconds left. That's 30. Woo. 2, one, and transition. Set those weights down. Clear your space. Final minute of work. We're gonna have the arms out to the sides. We're gonna do our alternating knee to elbow. Good. Very nice. From here, step jacks or jump jacks. 30 seconds of work. Very good. And final 20 seconds, march and punch, or keep that bounce in it. Very good. Try to keep those hands up by the shoulders. 2, 1, and we are all done. Woo! Virtual high fives. Great work. Let's walk it out. Grab a drink of water, and we're gonna get a good cool down stretch in after that. Alrighty, let's keep it on our feet to start. Left foot forward, right foot back. We're gonna go into our, call it a little bit of a Samson stretch here, hip flexor opener. Reaching up, squeeze the glutes, send that back hip forward, and then you're gonna rotate your body towards the front leg. So shift the hip back, shift that back hip forward, squeeze the glute, and turn towards that lead leg. 1 to 2 more. Very good. Switching legs, same thing, opposite side. Stretch it up nice and tall. Think about lifting up out of that back hip. Fire that back hip forward. Try to squeeze the glute. And we're rotating on this one. Side bends are next. Very good. Shake that out. Back to your first leg. You can either stay standing, or if you're able to bring it down to your knee, come on down to a lunge. From here, reach up once again, push the back hip forward, keeping those eyes up. The arm of the trail leg is gonna bend, pull the chin in, grab that elbow, and now we'll add the side bends. Still giving some attention to that back hip. Still trying to squeeze the glute, keep that hip flexor open. And release. Good job. Same thing, opposite side. Switch it up. Coming on down. Reach up, lift. Send that back hip forward. Bend the elbow of that trail leg. Take it to the side about 5 times here. Very good. We're gonna go back to your first leg once more. With your left leg forward, you're gonna take your left elbow on the inside of the left knee, slide down the shin, and hover by the instep. This is where if you have a block nearby or a pillow, if it's hard for you to get low there, you can use your block. I would just put my block down by the instep and support either my hands or my forearms there. Once that instep has started to open, we're going to do a few reach back. So right hand is going to walk underneath your left leg, lifting up, rotating back. 3 times here. Reach that hand back, follow it with your eyes, hold that open position. Now I got a little adjustment on my first one. Just invite that body to open. After you go 3 times on that arm, then the same thing with your left arm. You're going to walk underneath your right this time, lift up, and rotate out. Walk it under, lift and rotate. 1 more. Very good. Go ahead and switch legs when you're ready. Same thing, other side. And remember, we're going to start on the instep. So you're going to bring your elbow on the inside of the knee, slide it down the shin, and just spend a little bit of time here initially. Spider-Man stretch, it's called. And find that outer hip to open. And then once that hip starts to open, when you're ready, we'll start with your right hand, walking underneath the left arm, lift up, rotate back. 3 times here. One more. And then same thing, opposite arm. Very good. Bringing the heart rate, everything back down. Looking to kind of calm the body as we stretch. When you finish those 3 there, child's position, toes together, walk the knees out, reach the arms straight out, and then drop the hips back. Smooth breathing here. Trying to expand the back of the ribs as you inhale and trying to drop a little bit closer to the floor as you exhale. Go one more breath. From here, we're going to rock it forward onto all fours. Take your right leg, extend it straight out, and then we're going to do our rock backs here, opening up those inner thighs. A lot of lateral work today. Lunges. I'm going to open up that. Good. 3 to 5 times here, and then we'll kick out the opposite leg. When you're ready, same thing, other side. Walk it in, kick it out, and forward and back. We're going to lie on our backs after this one. All right, spin it around, coming on down. All right, once you're on your back, let's just keep the feet flat on the ground, but divide them a little bit wider. So feet just outside the hips, and we're going to begin on our backs with a little bit of windshield wipers, dropping the knees to one side and dropping the legs to the other side. Let's get about 3 times side to side. From there, we'll walk the feet in, bring the legs up and together, and take that into a little 2-knee twist. Looking across the opposite shoulder. Sweep it across, same thing other side. Very good. Once you even yourself out with the twist, figure 4. Let's go right foot to the left thigh and hug that left leg in. Start with a regular figure 4 here, allowing that outer hip to open. And then once that your right hip starts to relax, you can extend the left leg straight up. Start by pulling the toes towards your face, and then point the toes up towards the sky. Pull them back towards the face, and bend the knee down and in. Between 3 and 5 cycles here, keeping that sciatic nerve moving along the back of the leg, keeping it from getting stuck along the fibers, intermixed within the fascia that surrounds all your muscles and nerve bundles. Good. When you're ready, same thing, opposite leg. Release, cross it over, hug it in. First 15 to 20, just holding the figure 4. When you're ready, add the right leg, extend it up, point, pull it back towards you, and bend it down and in. A few more. Hi. Hey, Laura, morning. Good. Let's go one more.
No, 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 no.
Good job. One more there, and then happy baby next. Grab the inside of the shins. Elbows on the inside of the knee. Drive those legs nice and wide as you rock yourself side to side. Very good. You can have this as your final stretch if you'd like, or if you want to open up that low back and the neck a little bit more, if you want to start to bring the feet over the head for plow position, feel free, but just be conservative here. This can be a pretty potent position for the back and the neck. So just ease your way into it if you choose to. Otherwise, great time. Just allow yourself a minute or two to lie flat on the back, breathe, rest. Allow yourself a minute just to do nothing besides just calm your system for a moment. On your way up, maybe if you want to go into down dog, give a little bit more love to those calves. Otherwise, thanks so much for being here. Stay hydrated, keep yourself moving, and we'll see you next time.